I guess I should unmute myself. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Donna.
Is it hot enough for you?
No, I like it hotter.
So Sylvia, maybe you can just let us know when we're ready to go.
Okay, Kristen is hosting today, so she will let you know.
Oh, there she is.
Hello. Long time no see, everyone. We're ready when you are.
Yeah.
Streaming.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have before the Committee of Adjustment in the Municipality of Sioux Lookout a motion on the floor to declare it open and call to order, and I need it to be moved by one of my committee members. Whom?
Corey?
Okay, Corey. So Corey Lego, and seconded by Don
Dawn.
Finlan.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. So the Committee of Adjustment meeting of August 17th, 2021 is declared open and called to order at 5:02 p.m. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yep.
And that is carried. Could you guys give me 1 minute? I got to put the collar on her. Sorry about that, guys. I have company. Okay. We have an agenda that's been provided, and it is the agenda for our committee and consent granting authority meeting of August the 17th. Is there any concerns, issues before we put a motion on the floor to accept this agenda as submitted? Is there anything that we need to add? Dawn, Corey?
I have nothing. Good.
I have nothing.
Okay. So I need a mover. Dawn, could you move this, please?
Don moves it, yes.
Corey seconds.
Thank you. And Corey? Thank you so much. That the Committee of Adjustment approve the agenda as submitted for the Committee of Adjustment meeting dated October. Oh my gosh, the heat. That's all I can do. That's all I can blame. August 17th, 2021. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So we have then determination of quorum. Is there any updates? We jumped through that and I beg your pardon.
Through you, Madam Chair, there are no
Called the
updates.
meeting to order. Okay, and we've already called the meeting to order. We've already adopted the agenda and we've reviewed it. Disclosure of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof. Gentlemen, is there anything?
I have none.
Okay. And then before us, we have our previous minutes, and it's way back, April the 20th, 2021, a meeting that was held with the Committee of Adjustment. Everybody has had a chance, hopefully, to take a look at these minutes. Is there any concerns, any corrections, any discussion?
I have none.
I did not see anything.
Okay. Perfect. So then I have a motion on the floor and I need a mover and I need a seconder that we can adopt the minutes as presented.
Donald move.
Corey will second.
Thank you, Don. Okay, so then we have on the floor a motion moved by Don Fenlon, seconded by Corey Lego. The minutes of the Committee of Adjustment meeting of April the 20th, 2021 be adopted as presented. All those in favor?
Yes.
Thank you, that's carried. Okay, moving on to the business of the day. Is there any delegations, Kristen?
For you, Madam Chair, there are none.
Okay. So then before we get into the actual application, I'd like to announce that the chair is stating this is a public hearing to hear comments on a minor variance application. Committee will hear the comments and evaluate written submissions. The committee makes the final decision. There's a 20-day appeal period from the date after the decision, and any person who objects to the proposed minor variance may do so in writing to the Secretary Treasurer of the committee and must attach the fee required for the appeal. The appeal will then be forwarded to the local planning appeal tribunal for their review. Okay, so the application now that we have before us is minor variance application MO7-2021. It's received from Stan Nisley for subject lands known as 51 Blue Heron Drive. And he is seeking relief from the zoning bylaw to permit an increase in the gross floor area for a secondary dwelling unit and a reduction of the minimum lot area. Kristen, I'm going to hand it back over to you. If you could walk us through the planning report, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair, certainly. So as mentioned, an application for minor variance has been submitted by Stan Nisley for the subject lands at 51 Blue Heron Drive. The intent of the application is to allow the construction of a single detached dwelling with a secondary dwelling unit that exceeds the maximum size permitted by the zoning bylaw, and to allow for development on the lot, which does not meet the minimum required lot size of the applicable zone. So the two specific variances are as follows. First, a secondary dwelling unit within a principal dwelling unit may not exceed 56 square meters of gross floor area. The secondary dwelling unit proposed in this application has a gross floor area of 83 square meters. Secondly, the development is proposed where the minimum lot area is 10,000 square meters, while the subject property is about 8,092 square meters. The lot is split zoned, with a portion being zoned residential shoreline exception 1 and a portion zoned hazard lands exception 1. The development is to be situated on the portion that is zoned RS1, and that zone also prescribes the minimum lot area of which relief is required. Staff reviewed the 4 tests of a minor variance in considering this application. Staff found that the application is in keeping with the intent of the official plan and the zoning bylaw. Staff also found that the variance provides for the desirable development of land and is considered minor. As such, the 4 tests of a minor variance have been met.
Thanks, Kristen. Okay, so I guess my a couple of questions that I have, I'll lead the way as we usually do. Taking a look here at the site plan and what we've been provided, the house, of course, is in square feet, and then of course we have the meters, and that's a little pet peeve of mine. So I quickly did the math, and what I see is indeed everything is well within. And the house is 210 square meters versus the secondary unit being significantly smaller. So I just quickly did that because I wanted to ensure, and that's, I think, the intent of the bylaw, is to make sure that the primary dwelling is indeed the substantive one and the secondary is secondary to it. So I wanted to share that so that everybody was aware. There is a garage portion that the applicant has shown on there, but it is, I'm assuming, the garage for the primary unit. And it's not stated there, but I'm making that assumption. My question, if anyone can respond to any of our support folks here, planning folks here, do we have a site plan that shows this hazard zone at all, or do we just have what we've been, the two maps that we've been given? Because you allude to earlier, Kristen, in your report that there is an area that is RS, and then there is an area that is a hazard. It's not delineated anywhere. And this is just me being nosy. Where is the hazard? Is it closer to the shoreline? Is that the issue?
Yes, through you, Madam Chair. The hazard lands are along the shoreline side, so the south portion of the property. There is no site plan that indicates the hazard lands. They are only indicated on the zoning bylaw and our GIS systems. So the hazard lands encroach approximately 28, 29 meters into the subject property here. So that was what we looked at when looking at the setbacks that were indicated on the site plan provided by the applicant.
Okay. Thank you, Kristen. That was really the only thing I had, is I wanted to make sure that the two items, one was that the primary was indeed primary, and the second piece was that the hazard was well set back, and I assumed it was a shoreline, and we've got 34 meters. So all in all, I agree with the staff and the work that you guys have done. What you've shared here is that it is all in keeping with it being for what I can see, indeed a minor variance. But I'll turn it over to my committee members, and perhaps Dawn or Corey, if you have any questions. Okay, Corey, go ahead.
Okay, I think I ask this every time when this comes up on residential shoreline. Section 5.6.2 of the zoning bylaw, it says minimum lot size 8,000 square meters. So that's 0.8 of a hectare. So it's stated in the report that it's 10,000.
Yes.
So what's
that could be, so when we originally updated the bylaw, we had kept it at 8,000 square meters as per the previous bylaw. And obviously the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing would not allow an 8,000 square foot lot. So we've had to increase that to 10,000 square feet, which is in our official plan. I guess we'll have to make sure we update that. Maybe we'll bring back something, just a quick change to update that to 10,000 square meters.
yeah, because I keep on seeing the 8,000, and I'm like, well, that's 0.8, so it's not a minor variance if it's 0.8, but I see that
Yeah.
it's been changed. I'm pretty sure I've asked this before. I just wanted some clarification. I also agree with Donna that in the zoning bylaw, it says that the secondary dwelling should not exceed 40%. It is under 40%, even though it is over in the square feet. So I don't have an issue with that secondary dwelling being built to that size, because the house is so much bigger, which was 210 square meters. Because I did all the calculations as well, Donna, just for my curiosity. So I don't have an issue. It's a large piece of land. A new build will look great there. So I'm all for what staff has recommended.
Thank you, Corey. Donald, do you have anything you'd like to add, or questions, anything like that?
The septic field, is it already installed?
No,
No? And it says in here somewhere there's going to be 2 separate septic fields.
I don't find that in my copy that I submitted. This is Stan Nisley.
Yep.
The septic field has been filled, but it's not been installed. You can't install a septic field before you actually have the house built,
Yeah.
or you're limited to the size of the septic field that's there.
Okay.
So the field is there for
Okay.
the field.
So Stan, it's Donna here.
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind, Thank you for that. But if you wouldn't mind, I want to hear first from the committee members and then from the staff. And then if there's anything that we need you to clarify for us, we'll call on you.
Okay.
And certainly you'll be given an opportunity as well, sir, to share with us any additional comments or concerns that you may wish to do so before we make a decision.
No problem. Sorry.
Thanks. Nope, that's not a problem. It's tough, these types of meetings with being on the Zoom, being online and what have you, it is tough. But you did answer our question. Having said that, you will have to, of course, meet all the guidelines of the health unit. Your submission, you know how that all works, and you'll have to work through our building department at the municipality with respect to ensuring that all the permitting and anything that is applicable gets applied to before you can proceed. And you're fully aware of that. I know that, sir. Don, is there anything else?
No, I'm good with it.
Okay,
I do have one more
go
question.
ahead, Corey.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there plans for the garage to be plumbed as well? Does the staff know that?
Through you, Madam Chair, I'm not aware of any plans to have the garage plumbed. As far as we know, it is just supposed to be just a garage for storage.
Yeah, just actually have the drawings here opened up. There is no plumbing fixtures in the garage.
There is?
There is no plumbing
There
fixtures,
isn't.
sorry.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Mr. Nisley, you're still there. Is there anything else? You've heard some of the comments and consideration that the committee has shared. Is there anything, sir, that you'd like to share with us at this time? Or is there anything that you'd like to provide in response to what's been discussed?
No, I really don't have any other comments. I'm aware that the septic field has been filled, i.e. the fill is there, but the actual septic field will not be installed until we get the Northwest Health Unit involved, and it'll be built to their code according to the number of fixtures, et cetera, that we have in the home. And that's really the only comment I have. Everything else has been clear. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, if there's nothing else, I have no issues. I don't believe I have any concerns or issues, anything further on this this application. I think we're ready to go for a vote. Gentlemen, are you on side?
Yes.
Okay, so I need a mover. I have a motion on the floor, and I need a mover and a seconder.
Corey moves.
And seconded by Don Fenlon.
Yes.
That the minor variance application M07-2021 Stan Nisley being an application for the minor variance to permit a secondary dwelling unit with a maximum gross floor area of 83 square meters and to permit a reduced lot area of 8,092 square meters be approved. Is there conditions, Kristen, on this? It says with the following conditions, and then nothing is included on our motion.
Through you, Madam Chair, that's a mistake. I apologize. There are no conditions recommended.
Okay. All right, thank you. So we'll take it to a vote here. All those in favor? Perfect. And that's carried. So Mr. Nisley, you do have your approvals and you can continue to correspond with staff at the municipality in order to get all the documentation that you need in order to proceed, sir.
Thank you very
Is
much.
there any other questions that, sure, is there any other questions that you have before we continue with our meeting?
Not really. Thanks. I wasn't able to get onto the site,
Perfect.
so I just
Okay.
called. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. We see you there. Okay, so is there any old business, Kristen?
Through you, Madam Chair, there is not.
Any new business?
Through you, Madam Chair, at this point in time, there is no new business.
Okay. It's been a slow, kind of a slow since April, right? May, June, now July. It's been a bit of a slow, maybe because the cost of lumber. Mr. Nisley is very brave in taking on a new build. But good. I'm glad to see it because our community certainly needs the housing. We're all aware of the crunch that we're currently facing. So if that's everything, I have a motion on the floor for adjournment, and I need a mover.
Don will move.
Corey will second.
Okay, thank you. So we have a motion then on the floor, moved by Donald Fenlon, seconded by Corey Lego, that the Committee of Adjustment meeting of April the 20th. Thanks, Kristen. You're making me crazy. The first one was my mistake. This one was not. I'll just change that here and I'll initial it. Of August. Oh, August. Yes, August 17th. 2021 is adjourned, and that's at 5:21 p.m. All those in favor? Feel like a bit of a kangaroo court today. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See y'all later.